through now the rest of the tournament. England against Norway in the quarterfinals. England, of course, making one change after their last 16 game. At 3-0 winning a tempestuous, very bad-tempered affair with Cameroon. But we're here in Le Havre. We were in Le Havre last night, and what an atmosphere it proved to be. England, looking to match their best performance when they reached the semi-finals 4 years ago, have been in exceptional form. The likes of Ellen White and Tony Duggan leading the line, and Steph Orton playing well in defence, and Karen Barsley having kept 3 clean sheets along the way. Yesterday they were up against Norway, a team that are dangerous opponents, have plenty of good talent in their side, and this was going to be England's turn, the sternest test so far of this World Cup run. And we're going to be replaying the whole 90 minutes for you here on this stream tonight. And of course, at the end of the programme, there's the USA playing in their match tonight as well against France, which is a big game for them. And the winners of that, I think, play them as well. So what an atmosphere it promises to be. So let's look at the table as things stand before this quarter-final. This was how it stood, because we had the 4 quarter-finals, of course. So here we go. We're just waiting to get the graphic up on that. So we'll just have a look at the route to the final. So obviously Norway play England in this game. From there we'll meet the winners of France against USA. As I say, we'll be playing when we finish our delayed broadcast tonight. And Italy and the Netherlands kick off tomorrow. And Germany and Sweden play as well tomorrow. And you can hear at least one of those matches live here on the JB Twitch channel, with the actual game uploaded to YouTube a bit later. Right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the action of the rigour as the teams were about to emerge from the tunnel last night in what was a cauldron of an atmosphere as England took on Norway for a place in the Women's World Cup semi-finals. Welcome to Le Havre as England, the Women's England side, come out here and back to this vast arena. A big moment this. The team's out on the tunnel, and what an atmosphere it promises to be. And of course, we'll give you the lineups in a second, but let's have the national anthems first of all. And sung with tremendous aplomb and really a terrific atmosphere. I apologise, there's other commentators commentating in the background. But now let's hear the English national anthem. Join in at home. And well sung by the England ladies, who have got terrific support here. Plenty of atmosphere. And I saw David Beckham in the crowd. That could be an important moment. Good to see David Beckham supporting the women there. Let's look at the Norwegian side with Ingrid Hamsleff in goal for them. Then it's a back four of Wald, Mera, Borstottier and Minder. Four in the midfield with Sebic, Risa, Engen and Reiten. Reiten playing on the left-hand side, or the right-hand side, and Elvosen and Graham up front. Martin Skorgen is their manager. And as I said, they'll play 4-4-2. In fact, Reiten plays on the left and Sebic on the right. Substitutes: Fiskeran, Bogstad, Offland, Hansen, Fornenet, Upland, Asland, Elkeland, Myron, Cabana, Napchinis, Bogstad and Hababi. As they pose for the team lineups, of course. And in fact, both teams line up together to promote the Living Diversity Scheme. Quite rightly, a great initiative from FIFA, who organised this Women's World Cup. And they're all together, posing as one, both sets of players and officials alike, and shows there's still humanity and sportsmanship in the game. There's Phil Neville, Gareth Southgate like in his waistcoat and stripy tie and blue shirt, of course. It's waistcoat Wednesday today, or waistcoat Thursday I should say. Steph Orton and now there is the two captains. Lucia Vengras is the referee from Mexico, and Catalina Kusar from Hungary is the fourth official. Mattia Chevres and Adina Diabrio are both the assistants. As for VAR, the referee for VAR is a very experienced man's official, and that's Maserati from Italy. As the coin toss is now conducted between Miauda and Steph Orton. There is Maserati, all from Italy. Paolo Valeri's assistant, and his second one, Nicolosi Maniera Nicozzoli from Italy as well. Right, let's look at the England team then, with who else? Karen Bardsley, 3 clean sheets behind her in goals. And there's a back four of Lucy Brums on the right, Houghton and Bright in the centre, and Stokes in for Greenwood at the back. Then it's a midfield three of Walsh, Kirby and Jill Scott. Scott will play, and Paris, White and Duggan up front. So Paris will play on the right and Duggan on the left. And Jill Scott will play on the left of the midfield three, and Walsh on that side. On the bench, Telford, Herbst, the other goalkeeper, Greenwood, Taylor, Williamson, McManus, Moore, Daly, Stanaway, Karen Carney, Beth Mead, and Staniforth. And here's Phil Neville, the manager, who says if they can get past Norway tonight, they've got a chance of winning the World Cup. And there's his opposite number, Martin Skorgen. Both men very casually dressed. He has a suit on, but no tie, open collar. But it's going to be England to get us underway, and it's going to be Ellen White to kick off. England all in white, and Norway in the red. And away we go. England are kicking from left to right in its first half. Full delay commentary on the JB Claret YouTube channel of the Women's World Cup quarter-final. The first one of 4, of course. And what a game it promises to be, as the ball goes out to Paris on the far side, and she gets an early crossing there towards the penalty area, headed away by Norway. It's the first time I've ever commentated on a women's game, so you'll have to bear with me on some of the names, of course. And here's a chance now for young Demi Stokes to get an early ball in, and it's turned away for a corner to Ellen White's despair. She thought it was a corner. Ellen White is absolutely furious with the referee Vengas, who's the Mexican ref. Here's the cross. Let's have a look closely. Well, it hits the defender there. I think that's a corner. But the goal kick has been awarded, and it's Norway to play the ball forward. And it's Steph Orton in there with a Steph Orton there with a header, was it? No. A foul by on Hellisen there. Striking, in fact, it was Millie Bride who gave away the free kick. And Milde and Minde to get that forward for Norway, and then Milde knocks it high in the air over the halfway line. Good start is important for England here tonight, because they know if they can get a good result here, this could give them every chance. Demi Stokes now gets the ball forward, and now England are in a little bit of bother here, because here comes the number 10 Hansen towards the penalty area, tries to lay it into Herberson, but she can't find him there, and in the end the ball ushered back to the goalkeeper there by Kira Walsh, and Karen Bardsley gets it forward, and Ellen White controls it on the halfway line, picks up Nikita Parrish on that far side. We've had 2 minutes gone in the first half, and England bombing down the right, and they've kept it in by the byline. White is there, and it's in off the post from Jill Scott. 2 minutes gone, and England have scored. It's Jill Scott. What a start for England. And they all mob each other as one. David Beckham applauds that. And England off to a flyer here in the half. The move was started by Nikita Parris. The ball went down the right. Lucy Bronze cut into the byline, pulled the ball back. Ellen White had missed a kick, but to the right of the penalty spot was Jill Scott, who was on hand, who was close at hand, sticks it past Helmseth in the goal. No chance for her. Off the left-hand post and into the right-hand corner. What a start for England. Jill Scott, the scorer. 3 minutes gone. What a moment for England. Great start for them. And now England have got just the start they wanted. They do make blistering starts, but there has been some question marks by some sections of the press of game management. Although you couldn't accuse them of not doing that against the Cameroonians. They were very, very aggressive in the tackle, and Steph Orton will be thinking herself lucky not to be playing here tonight, because she was the victim, you may remember, of a horrendous tackle at the end of the last 16 game. There's Orton on the ball now, played it out towards Lucy Bronze on the far side, back inside of Jill Scott, back to Lucy Bronze again on the right. Bronze gets the ball forward, looking towards Nikita Parris. And in fact, the ball clearance from the Norwegians came off Paris for a throw-in. And Philip Neville there for your Grace showing now. Makes me feel a bit old. I remember I was a sprightly young player. Of course, younger brother of Gary, who tried his hand in football management, of course, with Valencia in the men's game. Now then, as Wold makes a good break down the right-hand side, but the ball is killed dead by Kira Walsh, who gets the ball back. And here's Steph Orton. Jill Scott trying to dummy it, but he couldn't succeed. And Visa, the opposite number, gets the ball forward, but it's going to fall straight into the arms, or onto the feet rather, of goalkeeper Karen Bardsley, who's all in yellow tonight. Karen, 3 clean sheets in the last 3 internationals. There's the 1 goal, I believe, conceded, and that was against Scotland. 2-1 they won there. They've had convincing wins, and of course the Cameroon one was a convincing win as well. Here's Nikita Parris, but Minda gets a good tackle in there on the far side. 5 minutes gone here in Le Havre in France in the Women's World Cup quarterfinals. Delayed commentary here on the JB Claret YouTube channel. It's England 1, Norway 0, and here come England once again. They're having a good little start to the game. Here's Lucy Bronze coming forward. Nice ball there. And now Kira Walsh plays it out. And here's a chance now. There's the cross there from Tony Duggan. It's a good one, and a chance at the far post for Nikita Parris. Jill Scott was also at the far post as well, but Tony Duggan there, a terrific cross. Laid onto her there by Demi Stokes. There's the cross. And, it comes off a defender there. Oh, no, it comes off Jill Scott, actually. So it's a goal kick rather than a corner. But a big opportunity there for England to double their lead. which would have been a real boost there as Millie Bright flying Steph Orton midway inside their own half. Scott on inside the centre circle, still inside their own half, gets it back under a lot of pressure to Steph Orton, gets it out to the far side, and it's Nikita Paris again, having plenty of the ball in this opening 6 minutes that we've been playing in this quarter-final. And Paris goes round the defender, does really well, and in fact the defender got back there, and England have a corner. Number 17, Minde, and the England band, of course, in full swing, and quite rightly so. So a corner kick to England. Steph Orton and Millie Bright will both be forward from the back for this one. You can be rest assured of that, and it's going to be Tony Duggan to take it from the right hand side, the far side as we look. Zonal marking, it looks as if from the Norwegians here at this point. They played it up towards Lucy Bronze, who crosses in very deep, and in fact Helmseth gets the ball very much on a goal line, albeit under no real pressure whatsoever. 7 gone. It's Norway 0, England 1. Here's Risa now picking it up now for Norway, trying to run through every England all-comer, and in fact Tony Duggan put under real pressure there, and a little miss kick there. Horton is there, so too is number 9 Helversen, and she gets it back from Graham Hansen, and now a chance for Horversen again. Can she get to the byline? Cross comes in and it's turned away for a corner. Lucy Bronze, good tackle. She's trying to delay the taking of the Norwegian corner there, Lucy Bronze. But England have got to be a little bit more savvy as well in defence. Yes, they've kept some clean sheets in the tournament, but they don't really want to be papering over the cracks and coming up and stuck against, certainly at the business end of the tournament, considering the quality of opponents they may well be playing in a semi-final. That's the US, who have scored double figures in one group match earlier on in the tournament. So a real test for Karen Barzi and her defence as the ball comes in from the left hand side, but it's well dealt with by England captain Steph Orton, and now the ball back to Minde. Minde gets the ball forward over halfway. It's and now is a chance now for number 2 Wold, Ingrid Wold. Now Christine Minga with a K, spelt with a K and not with a C, which is the English pronunciation. Norway have a throw in on the far side, just midway inside. Graham Hansen played that ball by the top, but Steph Orton was on the cover 10 yards outside the penalty area. Then the back pass back just about gets back to Helmseth. It wasn't a particularly good kick, and obviously Duggan would have been offside. Well, Ellen Wright, sorry, would have been offside had the ball got to her. As it happened, it was gone behind for a goal kick. Marion Melder is the captain now, and here's Norway on the chase again, and it's Helvelsen again. Helvelsen again does well, gets to the byline but runs out of room, and it goes behind for a goal kick. But she's made 1 or 2 dangerous runs there, which is going to be a little bit of a worry for the England defence. And the flag stayed down once again. And she just ran out of room, as it turned out. Here's Millie Bright now for England, and here's Demi Stokes. And good first half here. Long ball forward here by Kira Walsh, but it goes straight to the other goalkeeper, Ingrid Elzef, who's in the Norwegian goal. Here's Ingrid Wold now on the right hand side for the Norwegians, but she loses possession. Now Jill Scott, she finds Walsh. Now Bright finding Horton, deep inside their own half at the moment here, England, but passing the ball around, and then Bright gets it back to Stephanie Horton, the captain of England. Now here's Lucy Bronze, back to Steph Horton again, still inside their own half, about 15 yards from halfway, I would estimate, as Demi Stokes now takes the ball. I know I said Demi Moore then, she's the film star. Anyway, here's Steph Horton. England 1 up if you're joining this delayed commentary late, as the ball is knocked forward hopefully by Steph Horton, but it's into the arms of Helmseth in the Norwegian goal. As I say, the winners will play the winners of the quarter-final on Friday between the US, who have won the World Cup for this particular edition of the World Cup 3 times, against the French, who tend to blow it when they get to a semi-final or two. It's a chance here now for Severick, but she gets it back, and now Hansen, Graham Hansen that is, but she's dispossessed there by Tony Duggan, and Demi Stokes conceives the throw-in, or gets the throw-in on the near side. 11 3/4 minutes of the first half gone. England 1 up, of course, and here go England once again. Once time now, number 10, Fran Kirby, and she wins a throw-in as well. 12 gone, still 1-0 to England, and plenty for this man here, the Norwegian coach, to absolutely consider here. His side in big trouble. And just to remind you, if it's level after 90 minutes, we will have the extra half an hour for all World Cup knockout games. And if it's level after that, it's a penalty shootout. So plenty to come here. That is for certain. Here's Lucy Bronze on the right hand side for England. Finds Nikita Parris, who's had plenty to say for herself in the 13 minutes we've almost played. A ball knocked forward there by Kira Walsh. And Jill Scott did really well, but it goes out for a goal kick. But she'll be pleased. She's got the opening goal there, Jill. Been around a long time, Jill Scott, but what great play here from Lucy Bronze to set the ball up on the right-hand byline. Ellen White had a go, missed a kick, and then the side foot from Scott with a right foot in off the left-hand post into the right-hand corner, and England are in the lead. 3 minutes the goal was timed at, and David Beckham, I think he's quite chuffed. Scott wins another header on halfway, finds Frank Kirby, and she was dispossessed there by Mjelde, the captain of Norway, and that's going to be a free kick to Norway just inside the England half. Frank Kirby giving away the free kick this time. Hard bustling midfield player, the Mexican referee having one or two words to say. There's been a lot of VAR controversy, certainly in the game, in England's last game against Cameroon, when the Cameroonians tried to pull more strokes than Oxford in the boat race, but the VAR technology proved England right on all three counts, on several accounts. And maybe England should have had a further penalty later on in the piece, when Cameroon adjudged, when I think it might have been White who was adjudged to be being brought down. Should have been a penalty, definitely. Anyway, here's Sebrick trying a long-range shot from something like 35 yards with a right foot, but it was well blocked in the end, as it turned out. And here comes number 2, Wold, into Mjeric again, or Sebic again. Sorry, Sebic gets it back now. Number 6. Mjelde, the captain, and now the ball spread out by Risa towards the far side, and Minder gets the cross back. A real opportunity here for the number 2 here, Wold. She chested it down but miscontrolled it. Now Savic, and Savic gets towards the bar line, but she's well hustled out of it in the end by Kira Walsh. Quarter of an hour gone, England 1 up. A goal after 3 minutes from Jill Scott, being the ultimate difference in this game. And they played really well to get into that position so far. 1-0 is the lead. And they played really well to get that lead, incidentally. And it's been tough going, but here is Tony Duggan on the left-hand side for England. Back in field once again, and it's now Demi Stokes. Oh, she's giving it away there, Stokes. That was a little bit careless there from the the left back. And now here's a chance for Savic to get the ball forward. And here's a chance now for Graham Hansen, that is, to give her a full title. And Graham gets towards the edge of the penalty area, but well intercepted there by young Millie Bright, who did magnificently well. And this England side is a really promising side, built with great care, of course, many years ago by Mark Sampson before his untimely departure. And then Philip Neville has stepped into the breach and has done magnificently well, carrying on Mark Sampson's initial good work. Finished third 4 years ago in the States. The English girls, they lost to a goal against a late own goal against Japan, which knocked them out agonisingly in the semi-finals, you may remember. There's plenty of interest. In fact, there's people. In fact, there are people at Glastonbury watching this game. Glastonbury going on right now, and the game is the star attraction rather than the bands that are headlining over in Glastonbury tonight. As a long ball forward there by Millie Bright is taken in the side of run area by Ingrid Hemsef in the Norwegian goal. Savic again. Well rustled out a bit there by Jill Scott. She did really well there. The midfield player hustling and bustling. And here's Kirby. Now Jill Scott. Now Bright to Horton. 10 yards inside their own half. England now winning possession now. All they've got to do is be disciplined with it. Lucy Bronze will claim the assist on the opening goal. Can't find Nikita Paris on the far side. And now Engen can get it away now for the Norwegians. Here's Engen now, gets it forward, looking for Graham, but if she loses out there, that's Caroline Graham, of course, not to be confused with the famous crime writer who wrote, of course, Midsummer Murders. As Millie Bright finds Demi Stokes on the left-hand side, but she's lost out now, and here's a big chance now for Elvolverson, and she's trying to play Graham in behind, but really good tackle there and really good interception there by Steph Orton. She's really domineering at the back of that back four. Her and Karen Barsley, a real backbone for the England back line, really. Steph Orton, a leading centre half, and of course Karen Barsley, the goalkeeper. Good tackle again by Nikita Paris as Norwegians had got towards the byline and were prepared to cross it into the penalty area from the left-hand side. And here's Lucy Bronze. And Bronze is daring. She's gone past two here on the right-hand side. She's over halfway. She plays the ball out towards the far side, and it's Ellen White. White keeps the ball in play. 19 minutes gone. And Bronze again. Nikita Paris. Infield now to Kira Walsh. And now to the left-hand side we find Stokes. And the ball can't find Tony Duggan on the near side, and it's knocked away by Norway for a throw-in. A little bit of a misplaced pass there from Kira Walsh. Just remind you of the England bench. Greenwood, Taylor. Just check on possession. 57% England, 43% Norway at this stage of proceedings as we come up towards 20 minutes gone in the first half. We'll just reach it. We'll remind you of the substitutes in just a second. So 20 gone. England 1 up. But here's an opportunity now for England on the far side. And it's Nikita Paris. And Paris is past one. Paris again. Oh, just missed the left-hand side of the post. Missed the left-hand post. What an opportunity for England to go 2 up. And Nikita Paris here gets the ball on the right-hand channel. Cuts past the defender here. Beats her for pace. And then just can't get a left-footed shot inside the left-hand post. And that would have been a great moment there for England. 2 up in no time at all. 20 minutes would have been a marvellous one. But it just wasn't to be there, unfortunately. And here's Paris now on the ball for England. So that goal from Jill Scott deciding things with nearly 21 minutes of the first period gone. Winners will play in the semi-final on Tuesday evening Final, of course, takes place on Sunday at 4 p.m. British time, 5 o'clock French time here. And here come England now, or Norway rather now, with their defence. Maybe $40 is the blunder last there, who plays at the back. Now Wall gets it forward. Lovely ball over there, and Graham on the far side. Here's Caroline Graham running at Millie Bright, but Millie Bright wasn't there before, but then she loses it to Graham. A little bit unfortunate there for Millie Bright. He made the initial challenge and then stepped on the ball and gave it straight back to Caroline Graham. And now the ball's been kept in, and it's Melder to Forestidor. And here come Melder. That's Marin Miller. Now the cross from Wold, and that's not going to trouble Karen Bardsley or the defence. And a goal kick to England as we come up towards the halfway mark, or the halfway point rather, of the first half. It's England winning 1-0. A goal after just 3 minutes from Jill Scott, and that is the difference thus far in this game. And it's a close one, but England having the upper hand, if you like, in the match thus far. And I think Steph Orton's had a good game as well. I must say that Karen Bardsley hasn't had too much to do in that English goal, which is a credit to her and her defenders. They might have some work to do, but once again Steph Orton, as the ball was played in towards the English penalty area, she swept that out well. And here's Ellen White on the break. She's got Frank Kirby with her to her left if she chooses to get her head up, and Jill Scott's there too. But Ellen White goes back. Lucy Bronze, safe bet, that is for sure. Back to Bronze again from Ellen White. And now Bronze, and the ball back from Steph Orton to the upper bombshell at the England back line, Millie Bright. Now Stokes has it now in towards the centre, and it was Kira Walsh who had the ball. Now Millie Bright now has it at the back again for England. Now Walsh just to get her head up, spots that Stokes is on the near side. Stokes then goes back to Millie Bright, and Bright tries to pick out Lucy Bronze, but that was well cut out, and then Jill Scott couldn't cut it out herself. And here could be problems, because here comes Graham leading the charge. A real opportunity now for Norway, and the shot was charged down. Kirby does well there, cool as you like, and now the ball back with Lucy Bronze once again. Gets the ball away. England just having a little bit of a dodgy moment here at the moment. Here's Wold on the near side. Infield once again to Sabik. And it's a throw to Norway. In line with the English 6-yard line. Wold to take. Quickly as well. Graham gets to the byline. Graham does well, but so too does the defender there, Demi Stokes. And here's the key to Paris. And Paris has got Ellen White to her left as well. And she's also got Frank Kirby, bit behind Kirby, that pass on the left-hand side. Kirby controls. Has to look for support, and she gets it by the way of Kira Walsh. 25 gone. It's still 1-0 to England here in this Women's World Cup quarter-final. The first of 4 here. Nikita Paris is run out of it there, and it's a throw-in. We'll have live coverage, incidentally, of the Germany-Sweden game at 5:15 in a World Cup live special. And of course, we'll have both semi-final. We'll have the English semi-final and the final itself a week on Sunday for your listening pleasure. It's and hopefully England will be in it, of course. Here's Walsh to Bronze. Now Paris. Walsh had, or rather Bronze had just gone into an offside position there, but that's why Paris had sort of left it, and then the cross in. Well taken there by Hounzef. Steph Orton, who played the ball in, midway inside the Norwegian half. 26 minutes gone. It's Norway 0, England 1 here in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. First of 4. USA play tomorrow against the French, and what a game that's going to be at the Parc de France. And of course, as I say, Italy against the Dutch, and Germany take on Sweden. What games they could well be. Here's Lucy Bronze now for England. Back inside now once more to Jill Scott. Now Steph Orton takes possession for England. Finds Millie Bright. In return finds Demi Stokes. Demi Stokes plays it in field, and this time it's a ball forward here by Kira Walsh, and now finds Tony Duggan onto Helen White. Now Frank Kirby has it now for England. Good ball out towards the right hand side, deep inside Norwegian territory, and it's Lucy Bronze now daring to go forward. Tries to play the ball in there towards Helen White, but couldn't find our English colleague. Now here's Karina Sebek to come forward now for Norway down the near side, the right hand side as we look. Now here's Ingrid Wold, and now the captain Marin Melda, and it's Maria Force-Dodidor, and she gets the ball out towards Minder on the far side, and Force-Dodidor, I think that's how you pronounce it, plays the ball to Miauda, and now Wold goes forward. Good play now, Graham now has got Wold on the overlap, but the ball is not great. It goes behind for an English goal kick to be taken by Karen Bardsley. And Karen Bardsley has had not really that much to do in this first period. It's been it's been a very tough going so far for the Norwegians, who, let's be fair, I've tried to make a bit of a game of it at the moment. I mean, there's no uncertainty about that. England have a throw midway inside the Norwegian half. England, remember, attacking the goal to our left, and here's a chance inside the area, and a shot off the crossbar, and it bounced away. It was Ellen White who struck it right-footed, and it hit the crossbar. England still have it in play with Tony Duggan. Now Kirby tries a left-footed shot, hit a defender, but there was half a little appeal there from Frank Kirby for a potential handball, which wasn't given. There is VAR involved here, but Ellen White so near to making it 2-0 to England. They get all they get for their endeavours is a throw-in level with the Norwegian penalty box, taken by Stokes. Stokes in there towards Ellen White, who's just hit the bar for England. And now Duggan back to White, and now Stokes has it on the far side. Demi Stokes keeps it in play. Finds Jill Scott from the pass by Tony Duggan, and then Bronze trying to lay the ball in, but she's lost possession here, and Engen can get the ball back, and of course the ball is now back to Ingrid Helmseth in the goal. Now 40 Dottier, and Mjolda, the captain for Norway, plays a good ball out to Wold on the far side. She loses the possession this time, and now the Norwegian skipper can scamper back here and relaunch another attack. With 30 minutes gone, half an hour already played here in Le Havre, in deepest, beautiful France, and a beautiful French summer's evening here in the Women's World Cup quarterfinals. The first of 4, remember, to take place over the next 3 days. But this was the chance here for White, laid in by Paris. Flag stayed down. It was definitely onside as he struck this with some venom on the right foot. In fact, it hit the left-hand post. From the naked eye when I saw it, I thought it hit the far crossbar towards the left-hand side of the goal, but it must have hit the left-hand post, so maybe my eyes was deceiving me a little bit. As Graham steals in here now, a real opportunity here, and a shot coming in from Retton. They appeal handball. It was blocked away, and no penalty and I don't think they're going to check it with VAR. They are checking every potential decision, of course. But I don't think the VAR is going to make any difference, really, as Lucy Bronze now goes down the left-hand side. 31 minutes gone. Norway 0, England 1 in the Women's World Cup. England, if they win, go into the semi-finals and potentially, dare I say, potentially 2 games away from bringing some kind of World Cup home. To add to the Men's World Cup triumph, of course, 53 years ago, 1966 was the last time England had won a World Cup at any senior level, whether it was men's or women's football. Here's Lucy Bronze. They've only been in progress, really, the women's team officially since 1972, although they took a team to the 1971 Women's World Cup against Mexico, but it was an unofficial England team, not, of course, recognised by the Football Association in those times. But my goodness, has the world moved on since those early days of women's football being pioneering. The game's bigger than it always has been. It's bigger than it has been 4 years ago, of course, when England, of course, reached the semi-finals. This was the left-footed shot. It hit the defender here, Demi Stokes, and it came off her arm, but it came off her foot first. Her foot blocked it first, and then an accidental hand as well. It was down by her side a little bit. And hence why the referee was not exactly giving 2 hoops about giving a penalty there, really. Alan White goes down in the centre of the halfway inside the Norwegian penalty, or the Norwegian half rather, in the centre of the park. Clumsy foul there by number 3, Maria Forrestdottir, and a free kick. Coming up to 33 minutes of the first half here in this Women's World Cup quarter-final. England leading for that 3rd-minute goal from Jill Scott. A second one before half-time would be handy, girls, if you could get it for us. JB Claret Twitch channel, and of course the game will be uploaded, of course, onto the JB Claret YouTube channel. And there's David Beckham. Another shot of him in this crowd here. There must be at least 20,000 inside this arena tonight, and a lot of them are English supporters. As the free kick is going to be chipped in there into the penalty area by number 11 Tony Duggan, but there was a flag up for offside, and a free kick, I think, has been given to Norway. In fact, it wasn't the best free kick that Tony had put in there, Tony Duggan. And there's David Beckham's mate, Phil Neville. They came through the youth system at Manchester United together, of course, obviously the men's team, and best of buddies ever since, of course. Both of them part of that class of 92, of course, commonly known as Fergie's Fledglings, of course. And great times they had together at Manchester United all those years, and all that game. Football, even in the men's game, that's a hard game. The women's game now really starting to really take shape in a big way now, as the women's looking to emulate what the men did in the Men's World Cup a year ago. And we were enjoying all that over on the JB Claret YouTube channel, of course. The women will get their moment, of course, live here on the Twitch channel. And of course, if they do reach the semis, they will be live on the Twitch channel on Tuesday, potentially, if they do reach the semi-finals of this magnificent tournament. They really didn't do themselves justice 2 years ago in the Euros, but if they could go on and go one better than they go, at least one, maybe 2 better than what they did in the World Cup 4 years ago, then I think they've got every chance in the world to produce something very, very special indeed. But it's been an enjoyable first half, that is for certain. I think the certainty is also there as the ball is threaded in there, but Millie Bright has got it under control. Gets it back to Bardsley, who stumbled a little bit there as well, and she's hurt herself. That could be a little bit of a worry there for England. Bardsley looks in some agony. Millie Bright getting the ball back a little bit too venomous maybe, and Bardsley had to take a touch, and she had Hervarson bearing down on her neck, and she had to concede a throw in there, Karen, which was a very difficult moment for her. We're inside the final 10 minutes of the First 45 here in this quarter-final. We'll take a couple of minutes break and then reconvene with the commentary of the second half, delayed commentary of the second half of this crucial quarter-final here for England. And Barnsley seems to have shook off a problem okay. And she takes the ball and bowls it straight out to number 4 there, Kira Walsh. Now Steph Orton, back to Lucy Bronze, back to Steph Orton again. Now Millie Bright. It's back pass left a little bit of trouble for their goalkeeper Karen Bardsley. The ball forward again by Demi Stokes, but there's an England player down there as Wold comes forward now for the Norwegian ladies. She's made some decent runs in from the left hand side, more Wold. It's a throw in to England, deep inside their own half on the left hand side, and it's the throw-in taken by Demi Stokes, and then she wins the second ball, but the ball is back now with the Norwegians once again. But then the ball is blocked there brilliantly by Kirby. Ball is ushered back to Elmseth, who's had not really much to do really in that goal, apart from picking it out of the back of the net and watch Nikita Paris, Ellen White right foot Rasper ping back off her left hand post. Apart from that, she hasn't had much to do. Jill Scott now keeps possession, finds Lucy Bronze. Bronze just plays the ball back, and Steph Orton, the experienced England captain, been at the top for a long time now, the Manchester City girl. Played in the Manchester City side that won the Women's FA Cup last women's season. And here's an opportunity now for number 4 here to come forward. It's Kira Walsh, and now a chance here for the crossing there towards the far post, and it's Paris coming in, and it's palmed away by the goalkeeper who couldn't keep it in play at the near post. It will be a corner, but Nikita Paris with a terrific header after Frank Kirby had crossed him beautifully from the far near side. There may have been some doubts there whether she was onside or not, but the flag stayed down. Ball evaded Minder. In came Nikita Paris, and the goalkeeper, having palmed it initially and tried to keep it in by catching, couldn't get there. 38 gone, still 1-0 England. As Duggan takes the corner from the right hand side, and that should be the goalkeeper's, and indeed it is. Helmseth taking the corner, taking the catch very comfortably in the end. And now she gets the ball out of the way, and she finds a namesake Ingrid Wold, and Risa loses possession, but in turn wins a throw in off one of the English girls there. Frank Kirby just sitting there asking for more as we're coming to the final 6 minutes of the first half. Wold to take the throw in 2 yards from halfway on the left hand side, still inside her own half as the ball is hooked forward from the throw in, and it's hooked forward once again by Jill Scott. England 1 up, but it's not an unassailable lead, and it's not been comfortable by any means. But England 1 up, that's the important statistic that counts at the moment. Steph Orton now has possession for England in Lahar. And here's Millie Bright in towards number 4 Kira Walsh. Now Steph Orton again. She's got Lucy Bronze as an outlet on the far side, and she plays it boy towards Nikita Paris. Paris played it in, and Ellen White checks in from 6 yards, and it does count. It's 2-0 to England. It's Ellen White who hit the post earlier on in the first half, has scored now. And what great play! Started from the back by Steph Orton, down the right to Lucy Bronze. Down infield to Nikita Paris, who broke into the penalty area to the right of the D, and then she laid the ball across the 6 yard area to Ellen White, who was onside, and so was Paris on the initial break, and definitely onside was Ellen White. Sticks it in from 6, sticks it into an empty goal as the cross from Paris evaded the goalkeeper, and Ellen White sticks it into an empty net with her right foot and makes it 2-0 to England. Just no sign of a smile there from Phil Neville. Just a raise of the fist. He knows the job is still a long way from being completed, but what an advantage for England to give themselves here, going rapidly towards half-time with 4 minutes of the first half to go. Plus any time allowed for stoppages, of course, which has been precious little off, to be fair. They're still congratulating themselves. Meanwhile, Frank Kirby has got a problem with her ankle there. He's being treated by the England medical staff, and there might be a problem here now for Philip Neville. Does he have to be forced into using a substitution? She's got an ankle problem, it looks like, Frank Kirby, so there's going to be a little bit of stoppage time. Ellen White will be delighted about that. Just chatting there with Lucy Bronze, one of the makers of that second goal, and she played a part. Won't get the assist, of course. Nikita Paris will get that, but she played a part in both goals there, Lucy Bronze. And there's a flicker of a smile there from Philip Neville. I think he's proud, okay, but he takes his job rather seriously, Philip. And yeah, it's just encouraging Frank Kirby. Are you okay, Fran? Right, get back on that field if you wouldn't mind, please, he says. But England, great news, 42 gone, 2-0 up. Ellen White with a second, adding to a goal in the 3rd minute, scored by Jill Scott. And England are on course for a place in the semi-finals. And even great ball control there from the waist-coated Philip Neville. In fact, it's a 3 kick to Norway to be taken by Wald. Nikita Paris has been, I think it's, in fact, it's not Nikita Paris, it's Demi Stokes being talked to by the Mexican referee. I think it was for time wasting, maybe, kicking the ball away. You don't want to be doing that at this stage, Stokes. She had a good game, actually, the England player. When England in complete control in what was up till then a really close game. England shading it, of course, but they've got themselves that 2-goal buffer now to really now, if they can take that into half-time and then stay disciplined at the back, don't make any mistakes, and maybe get a third that would possibly kill this quarter-final off, then we can possibly, I say possibly, start dreaming of some kind of World Cup coming back home again. And he's putting the smile back on English sport after difficult times for the England cricketers in the World Cup, the men's cricketers who have lost the last couple of matches rather heavily in that particular tournament back in England. Of course, there's another player gone down there, and it's Ellen White this time, in a collision there with Maria Forrestaddia, and they reckon possibly England there, maybe Joe. Well, she's definitely beyond. She's definitely not beyond the defender. Nikita Paris, what a nice ball, just bisects the defender and the goalkeeper. And White is there. Mielda is just too far back to get at them. And Ellen White makes it 2-0. Does the fist pumps with Millie Bright, and that is great togetherness really from the England girls. And that's really been the case from the minute they got to the tournament at the start. They've played like a team. Yes, they've had dodgy periods where they've been put under a lot of pressure and they've buckled a little bit. But they've done really well. And when Karen Barnes has been caught up on in that English goal, by heaven, she's done magnificently, the Manchester City goalkeeper. Of course, it also helps having Steph Orton in front of her to sweep them up as well. As Jill Scott crosses in from the far side, it'll come to Tony Duggan here, just to the left of the penalty box. As he does really well to try and trick her opponent, I should say. And here's Stokes. We're into stoppage time and almost a third after the goalkeeper flapped. Jill Scott came in at the far post, the right-hand post, and almost England free up going into half-time. Lovely cross from the left foot by Demi Stokes. Goalkeeper beaten a mile, and Jill Scott with her right side foot tried to volley it, in fact, just couldn't get the target. We're going to have one additional minute, with which we've had half a minute off. So we're going to have a long away from a half-time break, which will be well earned for England. Norway have got it all to do here in the second half, but they only know how to play one way, and that's That's really contained. At the moment, it's not working for them. Here's Graham playing the ball into a strike partner. And there's the shot from number 9, Elfazen. And that's wide. A left foot shot just to the right of the D as he struck it, and it was well wide. We've played almost a minute. I should also stretch it to minimum off. We're over that minute now. I think, in fact, there's no time for Karen Bardsley to take the goal kick because the whistle has gone for half time. And England are in a fantastic position, I'm pleased to say, going into this quarter-final of the World Cup. Jill Scott got us off to a flyer after 3 minutes. They're all high-fiving each other, I should tell you, underneath there. And then Ellen White made it 2-0 with 3 minutes of the first half remaining. It's been a terrific first half. This is the first goal laid on by Lucy Bronze, bursting down the right. Ellen White had the first opportunity, but then Scott with a side of her right foot in off the left-hand post gave England the perfect platform. And then after some great work from Bronze and Paris down the right-hand side, Paris playing the ball back across the 6-yard goal, bisected the final defender and the goalkeeper, and in came Ellen White to tap it in. Great news here in Le Havre. We're going to leave you for a couple of minutes. Rejoin us for the second half, the full second half of England against Norway. Full delay commentary, audio commentary. But great news at the moment as we take a little break. England are 2-0 up, and at the moment, dare I say it, coasting to the World Cup semi-finals. We'll take a few minutes break. Rejoin us for the second half. Welcome back to the second half here for delayed commentary of the game, where England lead by 2-0. Joe Scott and of course Ellen White having hit the post earlier on, making it 2, and England in complete control. Let's hear what Philip Nebo has to say before commentary of the second half.
What's the message for the second half? Same again, same concentration, same ball speed, same sequences of passes, and ruthless in the final third. We've had a couple of chances there where it could have put the game, a long way out of Norway's reach. It's about concentration now, discipline, and we had that in the first half. We've got to repeat it again. World Cup quarterfinals are hard. Nobody just hands it to you on a play. They'll come out in the second half and they'll give you the right goal because they have to. Thanks, Phil.
Yes, Bill, I echo exactly what Philip Nebo has to say. It's all about discipline now for the second half. They're just getting into a huddle, the England guys, the England girls, I should say, and the Norwegian coach has got a job on in this second half. His team are going to save themselves from exiting the World Cup at the quarter-final stage. Terrific atmosphere inside this stadium. I estimate there's about 20,000 here tonight for this quarter-final, as the number 9 here heralds in to get us underway then for the Norwegians, who trail 2-0. They're going to attack the goal to our left, England in white to the right, and no pun intended, and away we go then. England 2 goals clear. Now can they make it safe and get a third? Well, we'll just have to see how that goes, as long ball forward there by Fortis Doria, and it's knocked away once more. No changes for England. Let me just remind you of the 11. Karen Bardsley, Lucy Bronze, Kira Walsh, Steph Orton the captain, Demi Stokes, Millie Bright the other centre half, Nikita Paris, Jill Scott, Frank Kirby, Tony Duggan and Ellen White. For Norway, Helms F, Wald, Fortis Doria, Mjelde the captain, Minde, Risa, Engen, Retten, Sabik, Hervorsen and Caroline Graham Hansen. Still 2-0 to England. We've played a minute of the second half, and really now it's the onus really, and the pressure, if you like, is on the Norwegians here to really go for England, but also leaving gaps at the back. They're going to risk that potentially, because obviously leaving gaps at the back will cause its own problems with the Norwegians, and England have got certainly the people in the final third, the ladies in the final third, that can cause that sort of damage. As the ball is played out, a bit of space here for number 17 Minda here, if she can get across him from the left hand side, and she can. And the ball in there towards Graham, and knocked away by Millie Bright. And Steph Orton was there too. Just as if Caroline Graham was going to pull the trigger here and really test England goalkeeper Karen Bardsley for the first time. There's the ball laid in, and Graham was there, but so too was the brilliant Steph Orton. Karen Bardsley's teammate at Manchester City did marvellously well. And Horton again in the action, plays the ball out towards the far side, but it can't find Stokes. And it is a throw-in to Norway, but still deep inside the territory of England. Both changes on both teams unchanged for the second half. No changes yet from either end. So remind you of the England bench: Greenwood, Taylor, Telford, the goalkeeper, Williamson, McManus, Moore, Daly, Stanway, Karen Carney, Mary Earps, the other goalkeeper, Beth Mead, and Georgia Stanway is 19, and Staniforth, number 23, as we see just that opportunity again there for Caroline Graham Hansen. Couldn't get it under control, and Steph Orton said, "Thank you very much, I'll have that, thank you. You're not going to have a go at you're not going to have a free shot at my goalkeeper." And here's an opportunity now for England to obviously defend this now, as the ball's laid in there, and a big chance there, but once again Steph Orton on hand by the penalty spot inside the English area, gets it away, and then Jill Scott knocks it out for a throw-in on the near side, and all of a sudden Norway have started really brightly in this first couple of first 2 or 3 minutes of the second period here. A little bit of a worry here for the English at the moment. But still, it remains that way as we go into the 49th minute. 48.5 minutes gone. The long ball forward, and it's going to run out of play. And Karen Barnsley will say thank you very much. And we can have a little bit of respite now. Sabiek, who's to give her a full name, is Karina Sabiek. Shows some glimpses of what she was capable of in the first half. There are no slouches, Norway. When you get to the last stage of any competition, whether it's male or female competition, there's no mugs in this game. As the ball is played forward and Ellen White onto it. But so too was the two Norwegian centre halves, Fordistoya and Melda. Both managed to sandwich out Ellen White there from what she was hoping to get a third one from. A little bit of pushing and shoving there involving Paris and Maria Fordistoya and Nikita Paris having a bit of a set to there. This is what happened. Well, Paris went in and Fordistoya actually had a real go at Paris, and Paris did nothing wrong. She went in to block the ball, which she was well within her rights to do, Nikita Paris. And Fordistoya didn't like that closing down, but there was nothing illegal about it. In fact, England have won a free kick. And the two-lady committee is Fran Kirby and number 11 Tony Duggan over this one. Now a third one here, 5 minutes into the second half, just over. A third one would be absolutely brilliant, ladies, if you could get this. And please, anybody who's of an English persuasion, and it's pulled back here. Lucy Bronze is 35 yards out. In fact, I think the referee is going to have it retaken, because I think there was a little bit of encroaching there from the Norwegians. I'm not sure whether it was that or the free kick was taken too slowly, or the referee wasn't happy of it being in the wrong area. I'm not sure, but the Mexican referee, for one reason or another, wants it taken again. I'm not sure if it was encroaching or whether the ball was not in the correct spot. But that's over with now, and Duggan, will she try the same trick again, playing it towards Lucy Bronze? And no, she floats it in. It comes out as far as Bronze, who strikes it well, but straight down the goalkeeper's throat. Hits it well with with her right foot, and straight down the goalkeeper's throat. First ever women's match here, covered by the JB Claret channel, either by Twitch or by YouTube, and you'll be able to hear it live on this channel, or you're hearing it now delayed on this channel, and of course you'll hear it back, of course, uploaded to YouTube a bit later on this evening as well. Here's Fordistoya now on halfway line for Norway, and all the live games and delayed games will be on Twitch, and then obviously the reruns of the games that are streamed on this channel will be uploaded to YouTube within a couple of hours, as the ball is played forward towards Nikita Paris. But again, good play by number 17 Minda, who's had a marvellous game for Norway, even if her team are going to probably end up there. Free kick against Lucy Bronze on the near side. We're going to see an English substitution, and it's going to be Beth Mead here who's about to come on. He talked final instructions as Risa plays the ball back. Now then, their captain Maren Mielda back inside to Maria Fordistoya. Gets the ball forward, and it's well headed away though, but not very far here. And there's a problem now as the cross came in from Wall, but it was well blocked in fact by Demi Stokes. Millie Bright's header away initially wasn't the best, and that led to a little bit of trouble there in that England defence for just a fleeting second. But no damage was done, as we see the substitution being made there, as you can see. Oh, well, I can see Tony Duggan is going to come off. Covered 6.4 kilometres this evening, and here's Beth Mead who's a really good player in her own right. I've been impressed with her whenever I've seen her play with her 3 lions on the chest. The lionesses, so near a third one. Could be the difference. They're just over 35 minutes away, the lionesses, from a second consecutive World Cup semi-final appearance. Remember, they got to the semi-finals and lost to a late goal from Japan, an own goal in fact, that decided the outcome 4 years ago. This is Walsh now for England, but she loses out to Caroline Graham, just shy of halfway, but on the far side of the field. One ball knocked in there from Dodestia. Now Dodestia again for Dodestia, and gets the ball inside. It's time to number 8, Risa, who chips the ball out to the far side. The ball played back in there, and Bardsley's out straight away and takes the ball from Retton, who was going in there. That's an important piece of work there from Karen Bardsley, because that was a dangerous attack here from the Norwegians. Retton going through there, and out as lightning fast was Karen Bardsley. And good pressure in as well by number 12 Demi Stokes as well, but Karen Bardsley, great goalkeeping, brave goalkeeping there by the Manchester City goalkeeper. Still remains 2-0 to England. 55 minutes almost gone. And here is Mjelde, Maren Mjelde, the captain. Gets the ball out to the far side, and here's Wold. Wold down the line, a good ball again, and she picks out Helvoldsen. Helvoldsen now to the byline. Demi Stokes to meet her. Blocked by Stokes, the initial cross, and then the ball played in, and a real opportunity here. Pulled back, and Horton is in there, and number 21 Skjevic was there too. But once again, great play there, firstly from Steph Horton, and then Nikita Paris to get it away, and here comes Lucy Bronze down the right hand flank. She's having plenty to say for herself tonight, Bronze. A build up on her part in the second goal as well, and Bronze still has possession, and she's been fouled as well by the number 14 Engen, and Bronze is hurt. Bronze looks in some serious discomfort there, but she made a terrific run against Engen, and Engen was pushing and shoving her and all sorts there, and pushed her down. One push too many. The Mexican referee's liking, and a free kick. What's the decision? There's been no yellow cards yet in the game, which is a little bit of a contrast to the last one, the last game England play, which saw a flurry of yellow cards, but miraculously no red for the Cameroonians. Now Beth Mead's over behind the free kick on the right hand side. It's almost level with the 6-yard box of Norway. Two players in the wall. Will it be Beth Mead or will it be Frank Kirby? A 2-lady committee looking to play it back here. In fact, he plays it back to... Oh, it's a third! It's a third from all 25 yards out! And it's Lucy Bronze! 3-0! And now England can dream of the semi-finals. What a beautiful work 3 kick! Played to the edge of the area, played out towards the 25-yard mark. And Lucy Bronze, to David Beckham's seal of approval by the way, hits a terrific right foot shot. Deceived, held up in the goal. High fives all round on the touchline. And Lucy Bronze, who's probably been the player of the match for me, makes it 3-0, edge of the area. What a shot. May have been some swerve that did for the goalkeeper, because it was dead central where the ball hit the back of the net. It was dead central. But Lucy Bronze doesn't care. And I have to say, her players deserve that. And Philip Neville, well, if he was only fist pumping on the second one, he's gone for the full Monty. A fist pump and a smile. And a run. And a dancer and a little jig of joy for the former England international, former Manchester United player, now England women's manager. His team are 3-0 up on the cusp of a semi-final live on this Twitch channel on Tuesday night against either the US or France, who play off tomorrow. And what an enticing semi-final that could well prove to be. But we can't get ahead of ourselves. There's still another 32 minutes of this to go. And England have been complacent in second half already in this tournament. But here's Beth Mead against Wild, and she did well, but the cross goes into the side netting, no deflection, goal kick. And to Norway, but the English fans, well, there's a t-shirt there saying it's coming home. Well, it's a bit early yet. They've still got to get past France or the US in the semi-final. The England band are there. Horns, drums, trombones, the lot. It's that sort of night, really, where everything England are touching is turning to gold. Norway 0, England 3 in this Women's World Cup quarter-final here. Here's Lucy Bronze, who's just scored a magnificent third one for England. And here's Nikita Paris. Right-hand side, takes on the defender. Infield to Jill Scott. And Scott gets a cross in, and it deflects for a corner. And England now looking to run right here in Le Havre tonight. 3 up. But they're not sticking at 3 here. They're looking for a 4th, and, well, why not? The majority of the support here tonight, England are English. A few Norwegians in the crowd, but certainly outnumbered 4-1 by England fans, that is for certain. As the corner comes in there, Nikita Paris turns right-hand side. No deflection on the attempted cross. It was into the side netting on the right-hand side netting and behind for a goal kick to the Norwegians, who trail, of course, 3-0. And I think Phil Neville can afford himself quite a big grin, I would have thought, splattered across his face. Of course, also director, of course, one of the owners of Salford City, of course, Philip Neville, along with his brother Gary, Nicky Butt, David Beckham joined the guys there. Paul Scholes, of course, involved. And big congrats to Salford City from reaching the Premier League. It's a chance, the Football League, really, and there's a chance there for Volton inside the area. But again, great last-ditch defending. I think it was Steph Orton this time, was it? No, it wasn't. It was Lucy Bronze, in fact. Lucy Bronze. Not just a hero, not just an error in at one end, but another error in at the other end too. So both Mjolder and Fortisdottir are both forward from the back. Sevic is in there too, as they look to try and get one on the board here, Norway, as the corner comes in from the far side. Punched away there by Bardsley, but not under great pressure. She didn't get much purchase on the clearance. Was a little surprised there with Karen there, deciding not to catch rather than punch, preferring to punch rather, as the ball is cleared by Stokes. And now England on the break here with Beth Mead, if she can keep that in play, and the answer is no. She was just 5 yards too far back, really, and England concede a throw in. But what I have been impressed with, really, the way England have played. They've played consistent, they've done really well, and they certainly deserve their 3-goal advantage here in this cauldron here, this fantastic arena, which is the stadium here in Le Havre, as the ball played in and it's off the defender. Not dealt very well, and Jill Scott has a chance here to pick it up on the right hand side here. And here's Lucy Bronze. Bronze does well on the right hand side, back inside to Steph Orton. Now a chance really for England now to run riot, and all they've got to do is not be blasé about it. Just get on with their business, and just play as if it was 0-0 going into the last 10 minutes. As the cross comes in, it was a disappointing one, really, straight in the arms from the right hand side from Halzetti. It was the first bad thing Lucy Bronze has done all night, really. She's hardly put her foot wrong tonight, and that is a real credit to her, and certainly would be a shoo-in for my player of the match. Of course, if England do reach the semi-finals on Tuesday, we'll be doing it live, the commentary live, and we'll have a JB player of the match rather than we can't put man in the match because there's no men involved. All 23 people on the field of play are all obviously women, so we'll have to rename it player of the match. But I'll tell you all about that on Tuesday night when we go live on that first semi-final. Of course, we'll have the second semi-final on a delayed stream on Twitch on Thursday night, and hopefully the final on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Both in England will be hopefully be live as well, so we'll be all over it now as Sebek comes off and number 11 Utland comes on. She covered 7.92 kilometers, Karina Sebek. Then comes Utland for the final 25 minutes or so of this second half. 3-0 England go after 3 minutes from Jill Scott. Added to just before the break. A simple tap in from 4 yards by Ellen Wright into the back of the empty net. And a 20-yard cracker from Lucy Bronze to make it 3. And here's Ellen White now, shot deflected. And behind for a corner. Right-footed effort. It was on target as well. Came off the defender and it's behind for a corner. But Ellen White, when she gets into those positions, she is unstoppable. Comes off the defender there, number 17, Christine Minder. And it will be a corner now with 25.5 minutes of this quarter-final to play, potentially, of course, unless England have a real accident and can see 3 in that 25 minutes. I don't think we're going to have extra time, as Stokes goes from the short corner, just too close to the goalkeeper Helmsef, who takes the ball under a little bit of pressure inside the 6-yard area, but not too much pressure, and bowls the ball out. 65 minutes gone, 25 minutes with potential left to play. Norway 0, England 3, and if they're going to force the extra time, then and England, or Norway rather, will need to score 3 times to make that a reality. Oh, that's a poor back pass, and this could be problems here because they sent Karen Bardsley down the river, and in the end Ireland had a chance there on the left-hand side of the 6-yard area to hook the ball across, and Steph Orton got back and denied him almost on the line. And a little bit of Harry Carey, and then Hotline was in again, and the substitute nearly making the impact. Really poor play from England there. And it was Millie Bright initially playing the ball back, and she didn't really know where Hotline was. She goes past Karen Bardsley, who may have clipped him as well. But she gets the shot off just to the left of the 6-yard area here, Hutland. But who's in the right place at the right time? Bardsley beaten, but not Steph Orton. And if Hutland had gone down there, I think that might have been I think the referee might have been in the opinion to have ordered a penalty there. But Hutland, to her credit, or to her debit as it turned out, as the ball was hooked away there by number 12, Stokes for a throw into England, to Norway rather. If Hutland had gone down there, I don't think we'd have had any arguments of Norway being awarded a penalty or ordered a penalty, but because Bardsley did touch her, but she stayed on her feet and almost scored, but for the interception of Steph Orton, it didn't look like being a possibility. Well, it wasn't going to be a possibility. When Steph Orton's about, she's the biggest competitor going in the England women's team, Steph. She wants to win it. She came so close to doing it 4 years ago when they were cruelly denied in such unfortunate circumstances in America in that particular tournament 4 years ago. But here they go again here. Big opportunity now. And Utland again with the shot. And this time hits it to the right of the penalty area. And this time Bardsley diving away to her right. Makes a very routine save. Hits it well here, Utland on the right foot, but just too tame. And it allowed Karen Bardsley just to get across to her right hand side, stop the ball going inside the left hand corner. Got her angles absolutely right there, Karen Bardsley. Throw in to Norway. Bill Neville just asking for more. Obviously he's from that school, of course, former players of Sir Alex. Sure he would have picked up 1 or 2 thoughts and ideas. Of course, his old Manchester United colleague, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, has got a big rebuilding job at Old Trafford. Meanwhile, a chance here inside the area. Big chance now for Graham. Good save by Bardsley. And that was another great opportunity. I mean, Norway there in the space of 3 or 4 minutes could have had at least a couple of goals, maybe even 3 on another day, as Bronze comes away over the halfway line. It's almost 3 against 3 here. And here's Beth Mead into the penalty area. Mead will shoot, and it goes over the top and behind for a goal kick to Norway. Cut inside from the left, hit it right-footed. But Karen Bardsley again. In fact, it was number 9 here, Elvolson, who darted through. Big opportunity here. Horton this time beaten for pace. And in the end, Karen Bardsley, who's made some terrific saves, dives away again to her right. And Karen makes a very big save there. Otherwise, it would have been nervy times there for England. 9 shots to Norway, 14 to England. 2 shots on target for Norway, 6 for England. And 50% of their 6 have counted with 3 goals. So 50% success ratio with their shots on target tonight, England. Here's Beth Mead down on the far side. And I played in there towards Ellen White. But the losers out this time as we go into the final 20 minutes of this second period here in Le Havre. The first of 4 World Cup quarter-finals. Tomorrow it's the US against France. What a game that does promise to be. And then, of course, on Saturday we've got Italy against the Netherlands, and then we've got Germany against Sweden in a very attractive game, which we'll be doing live on the JB Twitch channel. So we'll take a look at a couple of the other rivals to England, and those two teams could actually conceivably meet England in that match, because the winners of that will play the winners of Holland and Italy. As Utland now goes on the break on the far side up against Demi Stokes. 20 minutes left to play here in Le Havre, and England still on course, although they've had a dodgy 4 or 5 minutes here where Steph Orton's cleared off the line a couple of times, and Karen Bardsley's made 2 magnificent pieces of goalkeeping, 2 great saves, which has kept England's clean sheet very much intact. But Norway could have had easily 2 goals themselves, as the attempted header there by number 9 Elvolson comes to nothing, and Karen Bardsley just takes the time within the boundaries of the game, of course, within the spirit and the rules of the game, and she'll be able to get that one away for England, who are 3 goals clear and looking in complete control of this quarter-final. It's been an enjoyable game for me to commentate on, our first ever foray into women's football, and I hope you're enjoying this delayed commentary at home as much as we've been out there commentating, bringing it to you as well over in France, and we'll be live next Tuesday for the semi-final. Should England get there. At the moment it looks as if they could well be in that final, and if they are in that final, good luck to them, I say. It's been a remarkable journey. Remember, semi-finalists 4 years ago, England. They've really come to the party this time, and this is probably their best performance team-wise of the whole tournament. They struggled a little bit against Scotland in the first game. They struggled in a few of the games, certainly in large periods, in small pockets, I should say, rather than large. But by and large, they got through it okay. Then they had that game that tempers really frayed, certainly from the Cameroonian side, but England did keep their cool under pressure and won that game 3-0. No winning by the same scoreline here, but here's a chance now for a cross by Minder into the penalty area and away by the defender this time, which was Millie Bright. And now a ball played in once again, a chance here for a shot, and then the ball hook goes and then just wide, and it was Utland who tried to steer the ball past Karen Bardsley inside the left hand post, but wide of Bardsley's goal it went, and a goal kick. And we're going to see another change. Off comes number 16 Retton, who's covered a distance of 6.6 kilometres with a top speed of 28.1. And El, Eklund comes on, and we're going to see Georgia Stanway, whose brother is actually at Glastonbury, but I believe they have big screens at Glastonbury transmitting the game live. And off comes Frank Kirby, who's done magnificently well. Has played a huge part. And she covered 27 kilometres an hour top speed, and Christ knows how much she covered. Give me a chance to tell him really, but never mind. So a chance really now to see what Stanway can do. The remaining 16 minutes plus any time added on. We're coming up towards the 74th minute now of this quarter-final here in Le Havre, the first of the 4 quarter-finals taking place. One more on Friday, 2 in quick succession on Saturday, day off Sunday, day off Monday. Then the 2 semi-finals take place on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday being the England game, that will be live only on our Twitch channel, live commentary of the game as England look to reach the final, the first time ever in the women's game. And then of course we'll have the final itself, or maybe the third place playoff too. The third place playoff will also be live as well, so some live football. And of course we'll have Germany's quarter-final as well coming up as well for you in our series, in our short but sweet series of summer football here on the JB Claret Twitch and YouTube channels, of course, because we'll have all the commentaries from these Twitch streams, live or delayed, uploaded onto our YouTube channel, onto my YouTube channel as well. So anyone who's not hooked up to my Twitch channel can still hear the game, but on a sort of delayed loop, if you like. But we will be live on Twitch tomorrow on Saturday for the big game between Germany and Sweden, and then of course both semi-finals. One will be live, one will be delayed commentary on the Thursday, and then the semi-final, and then the third place live, and hopefully the final live. So plenty of commentaries to end this little mini commentary stream. With my other 2 staff commentators away on their holidays. I know Chris Whiteman's away on his holidays at the moment, and he's been exploring the I know he's away at the moment, so we'll hopefully have Chris back on for the big domestic season. The men's domestic season, of course, starts off on August the 3rd, just over a month away now, with the Community Shield match between Liverpool and Manchester City, of course, the European champions against the league and treble winners, of course, in the men's game, having won the League Cup, FA Cup, and of course the Premier League. In Liverpool, as you heard on this channel on Twitch a few weeks ago, winning the European Cup. As the ball was chipped in there towards the penalty area, the goalkeeper has took out Ellen White, and I think the referee's going to have a word here. Both players are down in a heap. Certainly Ellen White is. Referee's calling for a stretcher. Ingrid Helmsef is also hurt as well. There was a little chip in there. I think it might have been was it Stanway playing the ball in? As the ball was played in anyway, and White went for it, and I'm certain the goalkeeper may have punched it away and then collided into Ellen White. I think it was purely accidental as we go into the last 13 minutes. Both players receiving treatment down there on the field. Helmsef is the first one to get up, but there's concern here at the moment for Ellen White. Shot accuracy 33%. Has had 3 shots, but has scored at least one of the 3 shots she's had tonight, and one of them, of course, hit the post. I think she's also holding her shoulder. Well, she's crying there, Ellen. Bill Neville obviously concerned, but it also gives an opportunity for these, for all 22 players out on the field to take on lubricants and keep the energy levels going. Karen Barnsley going across as well to the touchline. This is the first goal set up by Lucy Bronze down the right, finished magnificently with the right side of her right foot, I should say, by Jill Scott. The second one, Bronze and Paris worked it down the right of Treat, Ellen White finishing it off, and then the third one, Lucy Bronze right foot rasper past the goalkeeper Helmseth and into the back of the net. All of 20 odd yards to give England this 3-goal advantage, which surely should carry them into Tuesday's first semi-final, where they'll play neither the USA or France, the hosts, in the first semi-final, and whoever they get, it will be a tantalising semi-final. You'll be able to hear that live with me on the Twitch channel on Tuesday night. Kickoff, of course, 8 o'clock for that one, if you want to listen along. And of course we'll be uploading to YouTube a bit later on in the piece as well, as we're banned from live streaming from YouTube, as you well know, until early August. And of course the early commentaries of the season will be live on Twitch, and then after the 27th we'll be back on full alert on YouTube for the rest of the season, we hope. As the throw-in is won there by number 12 Demi Stokes, who's played magnificently. Graham just hasn't gone into the game enough, I don't think, Caroline Graham. And to give her a full name, Caroline Graham Hanson, we can't mix her up with the famous crime novelist, of course, who wrote the Midsummer Murders books, a famous television series, of course. And here's a chance now. There's a chance now for Wolverson, and unfortunately, a flick wouldn't come to anything. But there's still a chance here now. As Utland plays it in there, and what an opportunity that was for them to get themselves onto the board. But no cigar this time, and here goes Lucy Bronze, and also Bronze again, battling well, and Paris is there too. Stanway was battling as well on the right hand side. Paris has won the 3 kick. I think Karen Bardsley might have been called on again to make an important intervention. Indeed she did. I didn't notice that. Karen Bardsley making another magnificent save there, and she was close at hand there, Karen. Good play by Karen Bardsley there. And England, of course, have now got a free kick with just under 10 minutes left of the game, plus any injury time, which at the moment stands at least 3, maybe 4 minutes, because of the injuries to the goalkeeper Ingrid Helmseth, and of course England striker Ellen White. Now then, number 19 Stanway and number 22 Beth Mead, the 2 substitutes, are the 2 women committee over the 3 kick. And it looks as if it's going to be Stanway to take it. No, it needs the decoy, and it is Stanway to play it into the area, pissed it away by the goalkeeper. Penalty given. A foul on Steph Horton, and England have a penalty. But Horton is injured, and there may be a little bit of a lengthy delay before the penalty is going to be taken. There was a clear push there by number 3 Fiordistor, and I don't think there was much doubt. She pushes her over, and that's a foul. And Steph Horton is a very, very tough character, as we all know, and she's hurt herself very badly, but she's up on her feet, I'm pleased to say, and she may need some treatment. It looks like a right arm that's the problem. Maybe she's fallen on it awkwardly, I'm not quite certain, but England do have a spot kick, and it's going to be Nikita Paris to take it. And this would really put the icing on the cherry on the cake here. Now, interestingly, Mjelder's spoken to a goalkeeper here, and she reckons that Paris will kick towards the left, or the goalkeeper's right, as she looks. And the referee here from Spain, Lucia Vengas, is warning the goalkeeper to get back on the line. We had that controversy in the Scotland game, of course. That's a 3-3 match now then. Paris will go up right-footed, might strike it to the goalkeeper's right-hand side, or to the left as she looks here, Paris. From the kicker's viewpoint, the referee making sure no one's in the penalty area in order for them to encroach. So Paris now to make it 4-0 down to England, and really put the icing on the cherry on the cake. It's been a long way up, and Paris hits it left-footed, and the goalkeeper actually makes a fantastic save. Helmseth saves from Nikita Paris. And it's just a good job for England that the score remains 3-0, because if it had been 0-0, Christ knows what would have happened. The goalkeeper did stay on the line. At least one foot has to be on the line as the kick is taken. And Elmseth played within the rules. There was no 2 or 3 yards off the line. She did everything right. Wasn't the best penalty that Nikita Paris took. And what a good save that was. May well not count for anything really for the Norwegians in the grand scheme of the things there. But England should have really gone 4 up really. As number 14 England prepares to wind up a shot now. Another opportunity now for Graham. But again, good tackle there. And that's a foul by Graham. And this time Beth Mead is the stricken England player on the floor. But it's a good job from Nikita Paris' point of view that England are 3 goals ahead with 6 minutes left to play, and there's very concerned here about Beth Mead here. She's down on the ground, she hasn't got up yet. Might have the physiotherapists on and the medical staff on. In the old days it used to be a trainer and the old magic sponge and Christ knows what else. But now it's all about dietitians and all sorts now, and you've got to look after your body. As we see the penalty there, the goalkeeper, it was just too close. It was too central as well. She went to the left hand side. She went to the left hand side of the goal. The goalkeeper's right as the goalkeeper looked at it. Good height, and just maybe a bit too central, but there's no shame about it, to be quite honest with you, as Hansen, number 5 here, is about to come on for number 2, Wild, who showed some great flashes of good play on the right hand flank in the first half, but hasn't really got in too much as she completes 39 passes and now over 9 kilometres. And here's Hansen, number 5, coming on now for Norway now for the final 5 minutes of their World Cup campaign. England's campaign now, barring accidents, moving swiftly on to Tuesday night and that potential mouth-watering semi-final between themselves and either one of the USA or France, who play in Paris tomorrow night. And here's the ball played forward here to number 9, Hel Bobson. Robson plays the ball in, a little deflection on the cross there. Showed great confidence there, Jill Scott, to head it back to her goalkeeper there, Karen Barsley. A little royal smile between the two of them. I think they might have worked on the training ground, I'm not sure. Karen Barsley saw the funny side of it, and the clean sheet still remains intact. She's made 2 magnificent saves to keep the clean sheet alive at 0 and deny Norway an opportunity as Lucy Bronze goes forward, charging forward again, cutting in from the right hand side, winning the ball, but too close to the goalkeeper this time. And now a chance now for the Norwegians now. Just hasn't been their night, unfortunately for them. They've tried to make a game of it as much as they could, but this hasn't been, as Eklund gets the ball in there. Chance here on the far side, and the shot comes in, and well held once again, crossing from the right hand side, and it was well held again by the lady in yellow. No lady in red tonight. Lady in yellow, Karen Bardsley. She's done really well tonight. The Manchester City and England goalkeeper. She's had a marvellous game, and there's no doubt about that. As she kicks away, as I say, all in yellow, right-footed Bardsley. Down the field it goes. There's a foul there on halfway by number 3, Fortistor, who's very unfortunate, very lucky in my opinion at this stage of the game. All the fouls that she's committed not to have been booked. Hasn't been one single yellow card in the game up until this point, with 3 minutes of the game left now. For stoppage time, the referee wants a word with it now. Maria Fortistor. She's been very fortunate in my opinion to escape a booking at this point. Now she's going to get a booking, and I'm not surprised at this point in the game. I think she's been fouling persistently in the second half. There's a sarcastic smile there, but I think the referee was right, as the free kick is played in by Steph Orton to Beth Mead on the far side. So Fortistor is now been booked. That's confirmed by FIFA, as Beth Mead now takes possession. That's a lovely into the path there, and a chance here now for England to score another one maybe. And a little chip wide of the target, in back from Jill Scott, and behind for a goal kick. And we're going to see an England change. Off comes Nikita Paris. 4 shots, 9.49 kilometres. Missed the penalty, of course. And on comes number 17, Daly. For a little taster at the end of what's been a magnificent quarter-final victory here for England tonight, here in Le Havre, unless Norway can find 3 goals in very little time that remains. And England are on their way to Tuesday's first semi-final, as I say, for that mouthwatering clash either against the French or the USFA. Of course, we'll be live on Twitch on Saturday night as the Germans play their quarter-final, and that's a game you can hear live. And of course, we'll have the England semi-final live here on Twitch on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air something around 20 to 8 that night. And what a game it promises to be, a semi-final, hopefully, that we can all remember by. It's been a quarter-final to remember. No fisticuffs, no complaining, no whining like the Cameroonians were in the last game. They even defended, even the Cameroonians themselves defended the team's behaviour, which I thought was a bit of a disgrace, really. I just want to get my views on this. I thought Cameroon were a disgrace to the women's game the other night. And how can you defend a set of players who just go around complaining for no apparent reason when VAR has proved every decision correct from the referee? I think she was sorry for them towards the end. I think she'd been wound down by their constant complaining so much they didn't give England a cast iron spot kick, even when VAR did show it to be that way, and then obviously not sending anybody off. I just think she wanted an end to the game, the referee that night. Here's Lucy Bronze, and here's a chance now for number 17 Stanley to play it in now. Big opportunity now for another one, and just wide with the right foot there. Number 19 Stanley, laid in by number 17 Daly. In fact, 5 added minutes at the end of the second half, and England surely now, even with 5 minutes of additional time, for which we played 30 seconds of the first, are showing now home and hosed in the semi-final. We'll also get reaction from the English party as well. There's another foul here on Lucy Bronze, or it's a foul against Lucy Bronze. That's how Robson looks to try and get into the penalty area. Free kick has been taken by Engen, and Fortis Dior is the only player out of the 22 that started to be on a caution card. That's a tired looking ball there by Mielda, and now a real opportunity now for England to make way with Daly on the right hand side, back in field again, chance there again, and it was Jill Scott this time. The ball played over to the far side and onto the far post where Beth Mead was waiting in intent, but she couldn't reach it, and I think it's a Norwegian goal kicker's again a lovely cross in there by a substitute Daly. We've played a minute and a half of the 5 added, and England know now they're marching on to the semi-finals. A great performance all the way round. The Norwegians understandably in tears, but I don't think there's any arguing with the scoreline on the evening, as Danny Ways are penalised. No point in arguing now. Your team, we're through now. You Norwegian fans about to cry their eyes out now. Their team of brave heroines about to leave the fray in this World Cup. They'll have to wait another 4 years if they want to bring the trophy over to Scandinavia, to their part of Scandinavia, I should say. It's England going through, and it's all European quarter-final. Lucy Bronze now has it on the right hand side, slips away from our markers, I should say. That's the long ball covered, and it's looking towards Daly again on this right hand side, trying to lay it in there towards not Ellen White. I think it might have been Stanway, in fact. That's a foul there on one of the Norwegians, number 15. Eklund, or Eklund, I think that's how you pronounce it properly. We're 2 minutes away from the end of a A terrific quarter-final victory for England. This is Ellen White now. Past two players inside the Norwegian penalty, inside the Norwegian half of the field, I should say. You can tell I've been ring rusty. I've not been commentating for 3 or 4 weeks, and there's another player down, and it's Risa. The train is on very quickly. Lucy Bronze there, just checking on the welfare of the Norwegian number 8 there. Could be some concern there, but they know that the Norwegians are bowing out of this tournament. Not been their night tonight, but it's certainly been England's, and they thoroughly deserved it on the balance. And I'm pleased to say that Risa is fine and will continue for the rest of the game now, which is only about a minute to go now. Not been their night at all. Risa obviously feeling very upset. They had chances in the second half, Norway, even at 3-0, to get back into it and make a game of it, but they found those two brilliant double act in that Manchester City back line. Messrs Steph Orton and Karen Bardsley. A real tough nut to crack, and they looks as if they're both tough nuts that are not going to be cracked by the Norwegians tonight, that's for sure. 30 seconds of the 5 left of this quarter-final. England now home and host. Semi-finals Tuesday night. We're live on this Twitch channel for your listening pleasure, and hopefully we can call England bringing something home. What a performance it has been from Philip Neville's men. We're 5 seconds away from the end, and here's Daly now getting it forward. Jill Scott, who got us underway with that goal after 3 minutes. I said England on the way. We're past the 5-minute mark now. Surely there must be no more now. We've played 10 seconds over the 5 minutes. I should also stress it was a minimum of 5, and we're still playing on here. 15 seconds over the 5. Surely the referee will surely now we'll be checking the watch. He's checked the watch once. Norway have a throw in. There are seconds remaining here as the ball's played in there. Still deep inside England territory. I thought the whistle was just about to go. It has now. England are in the semi-finals. What a moment for Philip Neville and his team of warrior ladies who are in the semi-finals. They played like lionesses in the half tonight. Jill Scott got one of the goals. In fact, she got the first one after 3 minutes. Then Ellen White got the second one after 43. And then to cap it all off, Lucy Bronze early in the second half with a 22-yard extra sec from the edge of the D with her right foot, making it absolutely certain. Karen Bardsley after that had to make 2 important saves. And then Nikita Paris missed a penalty, which ultimately didn't prove to be too costly in the end. And England march on to Tuesday's semi-final, where they'll play either the USA or the host France, who play off in Paris tomorrow. But it's finished here in Le Havre tonight, and a terrific night for English women's football as well. England 3, Norway 0, and what a performance to boot. The Norwegians understandably upset and heartbroken, and you can understand why. They may have not done themselves justice on the night, but England march on to a semi-final, as I say, against France or the United States of America, who, as I say, play off tomorrow night in Paris. And what a match that proved to be. You'll be able to hear that game live on this Twitch channel on Tuesday night. Kick-off 8 o'clock British summer time. And Philip Neville, oh boy, has he grown some grey hairs, but his team of sisters, his band of sisters, have seen through. And what about that? A warrior captain, Steph Orton, typifies what an England captain should be. Heart, a lioness, and never gives in right until the better end. Remember, kick-off 8 o'clock, and you'll be able to hear that live. Full audio commentary on the JB Claret Twitch channel later on, uploaded to YouTube. But now get into a little huddle now, and what a performance it has been. England the winners then, and they go off to their adoring fans to salute them. What a performance. England in the semi-finals. England 3, Norway 0 is the final score. Well, what a great performance that was from England. 3-0, they won last night. Let's get the reaction from their manager, Philip Neville. What a performance by him. He was speaking just after the final whistle in the half last night. Let's see what he had to say on the England performance.
Many congratulations through to the semi-finals of a World Cup. What are your emotions like after watching that one?
Well, we expected nothing else, really, you know, and that's not being arrogant. That's the level of performance that we've been showing. Play 5-1-5, 4 clean sheets. We're having the time of our lives. I keep saying it. People are saying, are you lying? No, we're having the time of our lives. Look at the spirit amongst the team. I thought it should have been 4 or 5, although you've got to say Steph's clearances off the line was great, and we're just where we want to be.
Goals from every area of the team tonight. An absolute beauty from Lucy Bronze. We know she's got that in her locker, but how special was that to watch?
Well, I think what you've seen tonight, you've seen that Lucy Bronze is the best player in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. I've said it once, I've said it 3 times, and there's no player like her in the world. There's no player that's got her athleticism, her quality, and I'm very lucky. I mean, I played fullback, but never ever to that level that she plays at. She's the best player in the world.
Another goal for Ellen White tonight. What's it like as a manager to have a striker in that kind of form?
Yeah, she's got the bit between her teeth. She's a predator. You know, and you feel for Jodie. Jodie's chomping at the bit as well, and we've got real competition for places, and you know, it feels good.
It gets tougher from here. USA or France? How much do England have to step it up to get past them and get to their first World Cup final?
Well, you know what? We want to play them both. We're not bothered who we play. We played them in She Believes twice now, one in the first year, then we played America in She Believes this year. We're just happy. We're just going to go to Lyon. The atmosphere and the occasion will be incredible, and the players have proven tonight that the bigger the occasion, the better they are, and we're having fun.
Well done, Phil. So are we.
So are we as well. Thank you.
Yes, and so am I as well. What a joy to watch the England women. They have been magnificent and they've been fantastic, and it cannot be described enough. A terrific performance from start to finish. And if I was to choose a player of the match from last night's game, I would certainly have it on all-round display anyway. Lucy Bronze. What a performance. An assist on the first goal for Jill Scott. Part in the second goal along with Nikita Paris for the tapping for Ellen White. And then the third goal, her goal, 22-yard thunderbolt shot, edge of the area, edge of the D, into the back of the net, 3-0. And for our all-round team performance, I would have to give player of the game to Lucy Bronze, who was just simply untouchable here tonight, and really played her heart out, and absolutely worked her socks off, I have to say, in the way that she played. In fact, let's hear from Lucy Bronze, who was speaking to us after the game.
Scoreline was comfortable. How comfortable was it to play in?
I think for us it was a comfortable game. Even out of possession we felt comfortable, although you know it was 50-50 possession. I thought they had some good chances, but defensively we were so solid. I think that was the difference between the two teams. We were really clinical and really found the gaps in their defence, and our defence stayed strong throughout.
That was an absolute rocket of a goal from you. We've seen you do it before, 4 years ago at the World Cup. What is it about you, about big goals on the big stages in the big games?
I don't know, I think it's Norway more than anything. It always seems to be against Norway, but I don't know, I was, you know, I've been dreaming of playing in Lyon and getting to that semi-final again, and I've had to wait 4 years, and I think that was all that kind of pressure and passion just came out in that strike.
You look quite emotional tonight.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was with Jordan Nobbs last night, and it was just, you know, deja vu. All these moments are happening again, and playing Norway in a knockout game is kind of a special game for us. But yeah, we did really well, and I mean, I'm excited to be going to Lyon now.
How many times do you practice set pieces like that one?
A lot. To be fair, I was practicing that one this morning. Funnily enough, at the end we trained this morning. At the end of training, I did a few little shots like that. So practice makes perfect, I guess.
Obviously paying off. France or USA up next. What's the belief like in this squad that you can get past whoever you play and get all the way to that final?
Yeah, unbelievable. I think we know now, you know, USA or France, they're going to be a top team. We're going to have to raise our game again, another level. But we're excited. We know that we can match up against either one of those teams. But we're excited. We're excited to head to Lyon tomorrow and get a rest and, you know, watch the rest of the quarterfinals.
What a loose winner. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
And quite right too. And she deserves the JB player of the match. Terrific performance. And of course, when we do bring you that game live commentary of it, will be absolutely buzzing as well. But that brings us to the end of our commentary stream. Let me keep, because it's now Friday night and now a game was played last night. The Americans lead at half-time in the game in Paris, here in Paris. 1-0 they lead Rapinoe after 5 minutes. So as things stand at the moment, the semi-final, the first one taking place in Lyon on Tuesday, will be between England and the USA. As things stand, there's still 45 minutes of that quarter-final to come, and we'll bring you news of that in our live match tomorrow afternoon between Germany and of course we'll have a live match tomorrow afternoon. There are two quarter-finals taking place tomorrow. One of them is Italy against the Netherlands, and Germany-Sweden is our match at 5:30, and we'll bring you commentary. I'll bring you a catch-up commentary of Italy against Netherlands and tonight's big game between the Americans and France, and well, that will be interesting, of course. But that England semi-final live on Tuesday, and you'll be able to hear that live from 7:40 in the evening. Don't forget that 8 o'clock kickoff here on Twitch, and then all games covered here on Twitch, live or delayed, will be uploaded to YouTube within due course. I hope very much you've enjoyed our presentation of our delayed commentary stream of Norway against England in the Women's World Cup. What a great evening last night it was for the English. A woman called Bronze has absolutely sent England now dreaming of gold medals and dreaming of gold. From me, JB, good evening to you, and we'll see you tomorrow for Germany against Sweden live there, and we'll be live actually in Rossum Park for that one tomorrow evening at 5:30 in the evening. But until then, from me, JB, take care, enjoy the rest of your Friday, and see you tomorrow for that fourth quarter final between Germany and Sweden. But the news is that England are through to their World Cup semi-final. 3-0 winners over Norway, who were in the end a very poor second best. Dare I say it, it may well be coming home. From me, JB, good night.